All right, so we are going to review some mixed translations where we're going to be translating things both up and down and left and right at the same time. Quick reminder, translation, another word for that would be a shift. So shifting things or moving things left, right, up, and down. So a vertical translation happens when you have a parent function and you add a value, so to speak, to the outside of the function. So for example, maybe if the parent function is the absolute value of x, if we have a transformed function being the absolute value of x plus 1, notice that this value is being added outside of the absolute value bars, and this tells us to move the parent function up 1 unit. So when it's added to the outside, we move things up and down. So here we go. So the parent function would look like this, 0, 0, 1, 1, negative 1, 1, with straight lines going through it. That's the parent function. I'm going to shift each of those coordinates up 1 unit. So it goes up 1 unit, it goes here. This goes up 1 unit, it goes here. This goes up 1 unit, it goes there. So this would be my g of x function. This one being the parent function, which is f of x. So let's do a horizontal translation. So a horizontal translation happens when you add a value inside of the functions. Another way of looking at that is you add the value to x. So again, if we're looking at the parent function, f of x equals x squared, then if my transformed function is something like x minus 2 squared, notice here I'm adding the value inside the function. And the key to remember is it actually moves the opposite direction. So instead of it going left 2 units, it's actually going to go right 2 units. So let's graph our parent function first. Parent function would go through 0, 0, 1, 1, and negative 1, 1. It'd be a curve because this is a quadratic. Sorry, this is f of x. So to graph my transformed function that's been shifted right 2 units, right, I'm going to go bring this point and move it right 2 units. Bring this point and bring it right 2 units. Bring this point and bring it right 2 units. And so that would be the translated function. And so now we're going to put this together, and we're going to do both at the same time. So we're going to be doing a horizontal and a vertical translation at the same time. So here you see your parent function is f of x equals the absolute value of x. I'm going to take a second to graph it. 0, 0, 1, 1, negative 1, 1. Absolute value, so it's shaped like a V. Now I'm going to read through this. So I see a value is added inside. So if it's inside, that means it's moving horizontally, so left and right. It's going to go to the opposite direction, so it's actually going to go left 1 unit. Then I see it's subtracting 3 on the outside, so that's an up and down movement. This is exactly what it says, so it's going to be down 3 units. So I'm going to take each point. I'll start with, say, this one, the origin, and I'll move it left 1 unit, down 3 units. Plot that point. This point, left 1 unit, down 3 units. This point, left 1 unit, down 3 units. So this would have 2 translations. Let's do one more example. I see the parent function is x squared, which is a quadratic. I'll quickly graph the parent function. 0, 0, 1, 1, negative 1, 1. Except it's going to curve. That would be my parent function. Now I'm going to graph my translated function. So it says it's going to say f of x minus 3. So what this means is I'm moving it left or right. So it's the opposite direction. So this tells me like minus 3, so left 3, but actually it's going to be right 3. We're adding 2 to the outside, so that's going to be up 2 units. So I'm going to take each point, I'm going to move it right 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and then up 2, 1, 2. That's the origin. Right 3 units, up 2, right 3 units, up 2. And draw my graph.